Hi everyone, Martha Murray here from Creative Life Scrapbooking with your featured Project Friday layout and tip. This tip hopefully will help you complete this layout and be able to give you another tool in your arsenal to help complete other layouts that you do on your own. It's talking about details and different ways we can add details to our layout. These layouts are inspired by the old family samplers that you see in antique stores. You may have them in your house where people would practice their stitching. It would almost be a little story of their family, which is what we do with scrapbooking. So I wanted to talk about here in these layouts the cross stitching effect, and which carries into faux stitching that is very easy and a good way to add that extra little detail to your layouts to give them that last little bit of something that just makes them extra special. So first I want to just point out real quickly the different types of pens available with Creative Memories that makes faux stitching so fun and so easy and so many possibilities and different ways to do this. So we have our dual tip pens, which have a bold end and a fine. We have our micro tip pen, which is of course what it says. It's a very, very fine, you can see it's just a very thin line, good to draw lines, journaling. And then we have our dot tip pens, which have a regular journaling fine tip end, and she gets just a little bit bigger than micro. And then it has the dot tip, which according to the size or the amount of pressure you put draws different size dots. So in this particular layout, I wanted to mimic the cross stitching that you see on these samplers. So we have cross stitching here, and we also have it on the corners just to add that little extra special something. So when I did it on my layout, I wanted them to, because I did it as like a border, I kind of wanted to make sure they lined up at least across the bottom. And so I did use a ruler and just go across, adding your X's for your cross stitching. Now keep in mind, this is to mimic hand stitching. So it is not gonna be perfect. They're not gonna be all, uniform in size, but they are yours and they will add so much to a layout. So we have the possibilities of cross stitching, but what other potentials are there? Where can you use them on your layout? You can use them as a border. You can use them just to go around, something perfect to add around a photo mat, or just around your photo without a mat, or any thing you create with cardstock. It just gives that edge a little something if you add a little stitching around it. So we have the possibilities. You can do just a straight stitch, super simple and easy. You don't need to do it with a ruler because it should have some imperfections in it. So you've got the straight. You can always do a straight with a dot. Straight dot, straight dot. Do it around the entire layout. Do it in one section just to highlight something. You have, we've already shown the cross stitch. You can also do like hashes around. That would add so much. And then what about the ones where you just draw the lines and yes, see how wriggly it is? Add another one right to it. You try to keep it straight, but it's not gonna be. And then add a little extra hashes there. So many different details with faux stitching that you could add. And if you think about incorporating different colors, you could complementary color or pick a color that's in your layout to just bring it all together So many options with all of the pins that we have. Look at seamstress patterns, look at stitching on everyday things, and see all the different possibilities to add those little details, just like adding the little stickers that we get in our, just adding those little things. We don't want to stick or sneeze, like our beautiful Melissa Ullman says, but when it calls for it and there's space, add those little extra details to just bring out that extra something special in your layout. And I think it's fun to do, and it just really adds a lot. So I hope you can use this to complete this layout and any other layout that you have that you would like to give it that extra something special. Have a great day and happy cropping.